I don't smoke to get high. I smoke to survive. I smoke it every day because it keeps me alive. It's a gift from my father, and it heals my body. So what if I get loaded? I ain't fucking with nobody. Why y'all tripping on people that smoke this shit, man? Leave them fucking people alone. This is a medication. It relaxes their mind and make them not go off and fuck you up when you be doing all that dumb shit you do. So let them smoke so they don't fuck you up in the process. Because y'all doing some dumb ass shit out here making nigga want to fuck y'all up.
Whoa.
Just relax my mind so I don't do that to y'all.
That's how you start off a podcast, man. Welcome out. Just let him smoke his weed, man. He ain't fucking with nobody. You know, it's a gift from my father. I'm gonna start off every morning listening to that, man. Welcome out to the original Gordito podcast, episode 73. It's a beautiful rainy Wednesday afternoon, and we're gonna start you off with a vital vibe, a little bit of Chuck Berry. Back in the USA. Check it out.
I liked it.
You like it? Like it a little Chuck Berry on a rainy day. You know, Chuck Berry is more like of a driving around music for me.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a mellow day, and I didn't want this to be too mellow of a podcast.
For sure.
You know, so I was like, you know, sometimes you gotta pump it up. Mm-hmm. Get that rock and roll music jiving. It's middle of the day, but we're sipping. You got yourself a little Dos Equis there. Yes. I'm still on this. To show you, we don't just drink. Like it's pretty much. I think we drank one more time out of it that week.
Right.
I think I served your mom a drink on Mother's Day.
Yeah. Out
of it, and so it's still there. But yeah, it's good and it's tasty. So still sipping on that Pecan Street rum.
Really
from Spirit of Texas Distillery out in Pflugerville, Texas. Shout out to them. So how you doing, baby?
I'm good.
How's it going?
Good.
You got your Erykah Badu.
Oh yes.
Going on today. Channeling your inner Alicia.
It was deep condition day. So.
Oh, okay. So this is like a It's like utility, like not a fashion statement.
Yeah.
Or more utility than a fashion statement,
right?
Okay, got like, where are you going? Like, it looked nice. Really? It looked very nice. Like really? I thought you were. Yeah, so this is more like you're doing something to your hair.
This normally.
I mean, I'm feeling it.
Really? Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Got that, like I said, got that little Erykah Badu, Alicia Keys action going on. You know, not that I don't. You've been rocking the Afro puffs.
I have.
I think you haven't. We haven't gotten it on the podcast.
No.
Yeah, you walk around looking like Scary Spice. It's okay if you want to be my lover. Better get with my friends. Spice up the world. Spice up your life. Spice up.
Yes, I've been rocking my puffs.
You're rocking your Astro puffs. I was gonna get you a little British flag, mini backpack purse, and some platform shoes. Okay, man. Girl power, I feel you. I ain't mad at you.
And now the headscarf.
Huh?
I said, now the
headscarf. I don't. The only Erykah Badu song I know is "You Better Call Him, Call on Tyrone." Is that Erykah Badu? That's Erykah Badu, isn't it?
I don't think I've heard that song.
Might even be wrong. I'm not. I was never Erykah Badu fan.
No.
Oh, not enough. I know. I never owned an album.
I did. I had their CD, but I don't remember a song from it.
I didn't even know who she was until Blues Brother 2000. Like she did a cameo, and there she played a voodoo queen in Blues Brother 2000. Yeah. Which you know, I know Blues Brothers 2000, but I was a Blues Brothers fan.
You were a big fan.
So when Blues Brothers 2000 came out, I was on board. Like,
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I was just happy to see Elwood back. It was definitely, you know, everyone knew, Blues Brother movie without Belushi, you know, what's that going to look like? And it,
right.
You know, I think John Goodman, he stepped in as the big guy. Mm-hmm. And I think he did about as good as you could have hoped for some. If anyone had any hope of filling his shoes, he didn't try to play it like like Belushi, he did it his own way, and I always had a tremendous amount of respect. I think John Goodman is a tremendously underrespected comedic actor.
I think so too.
I think people forget just like how you know, even King Ralph, for as dumb as a fucking script and a concept as that was, you know, he did a really good job in that movie to playing the coach in Revenge of the Nerds, you know, and of course, you know, just you know, the Roseanne part, of course, is his most known character. But then you go to Big Lebowski. You know, he's just a really iconic comedic actor.
Yeah, absolutely.
His name doesn't come up in conversation as much as it should. You know, but I was a big, anyway, that was my Erykah Badu experience. So when I see that, that's she had like a big old voodoo head wrap thing going on in the movie. So whenever I see it, that she's who I think of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm kind of feeling it. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So this is a deep condition. So this is like a treatment day.
Yeah.
Like you got some shit you're leaving in there.
Yeah.
Trying to get your natural curls
healthy.
going. Is that what it is?
Exactly. Got to get those curls popping.
All right. Cool. Well, I'm still, you know, today's not my conditioner day.
Your hair's pretty. You got compliments on your hair this past weekend.
I did. So this weekend was well, not the kickoff, because it kicked off. The relaunch of the tour was back in Addison a couple weeks ago, but this was my first weekend back with the Going Viral tour.
Right.
With Chingo Bling's Going Viral tour. Came to Corpus, so of course Corpus is my hometown, so I was on that show. Those shows, we did 4 shows this weekend. You know, we had fun, man. You know, even with the fear of Corona out there.
Absolutely.
and okay, we're out here, but we want to be cautious. And the venue took everything seriously, checking temperatures at the door.
Yeah.
The TABC came and measured out the tables, counted the chairs. Everything was legit. All the staff, all the comedians, sanitizers. You went out there Friday to help with the merch, wore a mask, and the shows were fire. Everyone was just ready to laugh. Then there was that concern of the venue took care of everything to where people could actually relax, I felt.
Right. Yeah.
Which, you know, as a comedian, that's the concern, right? Like, okay, this is such tense times between the pandemic and social uprisings and all that. You know, what can I joke about? What can I not joke about? But I felt like I said, the immediate concerns, which is the sanitation and the safety, you know, the venue really addressed that.
Yeah, definitely.
In every way possible, right? Calculated risk if you're going out. You know, the social distancing stuff. You got, if you're gonna go out, you got to be responsible about it. And I was very proud of Mesquite Street. You know, that's my home club. You know, I worked with them, you know, for probably the largest chunk of my career. They've been the longest running club, you know, in my career. So that in all senses of the matter is my home club. Right. You know, and so I was very proud of the way they handled Brandon and all the Gonzalez family and the staff there really stepped up. And it allowed Chingo and myself and Israel Garcia to go up there and just, I mean, I don't say this lightly, you know, but it was just a fire ass lineup, something different for everybody. Yeah, you know, Israel Garcia is just so. If you've never seen him at One Bad Comic, he's just out there, man. He's jumping all over the stage, high energy, just very physical with his act outs. You know, I remember back before I even knew him, I always heard him described as like a Latino Jim Carrey. Okay, you know. Which you know is a compliment to me because he's also from El Paso, so he does have a distinctly Latino flair to his speech and to the topics that he chooses to talk about.
He was funny. This was my first time seeing him.
Hilarious. I think this was the first time I know I've been on shows with him, but I think this is the first time actually working a weekend with him, and that's when you really get to know a comic, right? All these comics, you know, that I've known around here. You can't really get to know a comic working with them 1 or 2 times. Right. Because most of the time you're just hanging out in the back, cracking jokes, whatever. you really get to know a comic when you work the road with them, when you're in a car with them for hours at a time, or when you're doing a week of shows with them and you get to hear the material, learn their material, and like that. So this is my first time to get to do that with Israel. So welcome to the going viral, bling family. You know, it does feel like a family. It's weird. It's weird to say that. The Blings are here in town, and our daughters have never met.
Never.
Right? They have a 2-year-old or about to be 2-year-old daughter. She's about 6-7 months older than Lindsay.
6 months, yeah.
And they've never met.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They've never met. Like as often as we see each other, it's always kind of work related. And they live in Houston and we live here, so it's not like we can just go down the street.
Up, yeah.
And then so finally, they brought their kids with them. Along with their sitter, or along with her sister, who was the sitter's sister. Yeah. This weekend, and came and so we got to have a little short play date. Yeah. Which socially distant because babies. Like, I don't know if I remember having play dates with the boys or that if I've made that observation before in life, but I never realized that babies don't play with each other. No. Like, they just play around each other. Yeah. Like, I'm going to go play with this toy over here. You play with that toy over there. And then they only fuck with each other when they want what the other kid wants. Exactly. Right? Like, Lindsay hadn't touched her little piano in, like, months. Like, hasn't even looked twice at it. As soon as Penny went to the piano, Lindsay was like, oh, no, mine. Like, she wanted that damn piano all of a sudden. Crazy. Yeah. Well, it was what they were saying, she has that same toy. Right. So probably to her it was familiar. It was the most familiar toy there. She's like, oh, so let me go. I know how that thing works. Let me go mess with that. And then Lindsay was like, hey, that's nice. So that was cool. Got to spend a little bit of Father's Day with Jingo, and I got to sit here and post shows, the stress of the the show's going to go great or not. We were going to hang out like on Friday or Saturday. It just didn't work out. They were going to the beach. We weren't quite ready to do that much out there, those crowds. And so they stopped by Sunday and to get to just kind of chop it up with them. Right. I don't even think we talked terribly about comedy. Even if we did, it wasn't very direct. A lot was the kids were playing in the room, and it was just it was very very chill. I would have loved, honestly, as I was sitting there, I would have loved to have gotten like we were talking at one point about the podcast setup and whatever, and the things he's doing at his, and he's incorporating some lighting and stuff, and we talked a little bit of shop that way, and at one point I wanted to be like, we can just like it's plug and play. I can go. And we can do this real quick. And we can podcast real quick. But I feel very with that relationship. I feel very protective of it. I know probably people that have found this podcast through him. Is he going to pop up on here? The invitation has always been open from him. Right. I use it very sparingly. One because our relationship, is still mostly professional, and I don't, with him, he has such a big name and such a big following. I feel like when people reach a status of celebrity, it gets very difficult for them to know if people are their legit friend because there's something that you want or need from them. So I use that very cautiously, the ability to get on his shows. I always wait for him to invite, and also others. When he did the Rosa sketch, he asked to be a part of that. You know? He was going to be in town. He said, hey, if you have one of those scripts, I'd like to be in one. Yeah. And that's how that happened. So we're going to get him on. I'm going to get myself over it. And we'll, but we were having such a nice conversation. I was like, let's just keep it, keep it relaxed. Keep it relaxed and friendly. Let's not make it a business. Not everything has to be business and content and stuff. So believe me, we got.
And I'm sure he appreciated that too. Because hopefully, like you said, like, you're go. Like whenever we have hung out with them, it's always like before a show or, in between shows. And so it's business focused. Right. And so I'm sure it was just nice for them as well. I hope to just relax and just
Right, we're not here for any purpose.
Right.
We're not shooting a sketch. We're not doing a video.
Right.
We weren't writing
Right.
or anything like that. You know, it was just very
legit hanging out.
Hang out, watch the kids play. You know, they brought some cheesecake, but they didn't even get any. Well, Mickey got some,
but
Mickey
it was
got
so good, babe.
That cheesecake, by the way, if the Blings, if you're listening, that cheesecake didn't make it through the day.
No,
it was gone. I love cheesecake. I don't know.
And
if they
my
knew
dad.
That. I don't know if they knew I loved. Oh, did your dad eat some too?
Oh, cheesecake is my dad's favorite.
Okay.
So he downed some cheesecake.
Yeah, well, it was Father's Day this weekend. So that
Right.
was the thing. So we got to spend Father's Day, part of the
Yeah.
Father's Day with the Blings. I ended up taking Sunday off because I had been working all day and doing 2 shows a night, you know, and I was just burnt.
Right.
I had my Father's Day on Thursday. I got to go
You
get
did.
a massage and you got me breakfast and you got me Wiener Schnitzel
Wiener
for
Schnitzel. You had wanted
but I've
Wieners.
been wanting Wiener Schnitzel.
Because I let you
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah.
And you were trying to decide between sushi and Wiener Schnitzel.
I know what that
I mean, really?
that basically sums me up. You know, I'm a little bit country, I'm a little bit rock and roll, I'm a little bit sushi, I'm a little bit Wiener Schnitzel. You know what I'm saying? I'm sage and hood and a little misunderstood and whatever. I put that shit on a fucking t-shirt. I wish a motherfucker would. What? Everyone's just putting people just putting shit on t-shirts like Stussy now.
They are. You can put anything on a
You
t-shirt.
can put anything on a t-shirt now because of fucking crickets and fucking what's the other one? Vinyl crack.
Yeah, I don't know any of that terminology.
Cameo is the other one I think it's called.
Yeah. But yeah, we even put my dad's favorite order.
You made it. We all got t-shirts. One of our friends is doing t-shirts now. Shout out, my crafty sister 361.
Yes.
We all got t-shirts now because
of her business.
Hey, the comadre got a t-shirt business. Everyone's getting a t-shirt.
For real.
Get us a t-shirt. What do you want on your t-shirt? What do you want it to say? You know, it can say anything. What do you want? Sage Hood misunderstood. You made your dad a shirt that says what? What did it say? What did it say? What did he say? Like Chingo's podcast? Chicharrones
and very
crispy. Tripas. That's what he wanted. That's what he wanted.
That was his order.
Pinche ice cream truck and podcasting. Mr. Ice Cream Man. Fucking up my podcast.
So apparently he comes on Wednesdays, babe. We got to remember that.
Yeah, apparently during this time, this is his route. He's got his route. And my Ice Cream Man is punctual, man. He's more reliable than the fucking mailman. No, Wednesday, by Wednesday at 3:55, I gotta be going down
the Luna's house.
By the Luna's house. What do you want? What do you want, Sonic? You want Sonic? The fucking little shitty ass popsicles in the shape of a character. They don't even really look like the character.
Oh,
it's just,
Louis loved that, babe. He would always get the Spider-Man.
And the gumball that you can't even eat. It's all frozen. It's all hot. Crack a tooth. But anyway, your dad had wanted crispy tripas. He wants crispy. He always likes to ask me where can you get he loves my uncle's chicharrones, the ones my uncle makes at his restaurant. And I tell him, I was like, I don't really drive over there. Like, it's so weird. We live in such a small city.
Yes, we do.
It's so easy to get from anywhere.
Yes.
But, my uncle's spot's maybe 15 minutes from here, 20 tops with traffic. But I'm just like, I gotta get up.
Early.
I gotta drive over there. Then I gotta drive back, and it's not even gonna be hot anymore. And it's just, just so spoiled. I'm like, no. I can tell you where the best ones in a 5-minute radius are. But he was having some stomach issues, not to get all into his business. But we thought he wouldn't be able to eat that, right, for a little bit. But apparently he's
No restrictions.
No restrictions. Back to normal again. So instead, you got it printed
on a shirt.
Chicharrones and very, very crispy tripas. Like it was a catch. Like,
and he was
like, you found that on a shirt.
He was like, how'd you find that?
Look, anyone can have a catchphrase now. What do you want your shirt to say? We're fucking spinning that shirt. You got this weekend was my first weekend out and about in Corpus, so I wore a brand new shirt every night.
Yeah, you did.
You got me my Decibel audio shirt. Yes. Right, from High Fidelity.
Mm-hmm.
No secret on there. Told you that's my favorite movie of all time.
Yes.
In the movie, he wears a shirt called that says Decibel Audio. It's actually the name of an actual record store in Chicago, where the movie was filmed. And it's just a store. Like, so they're not merch heavy, and they sell the shirt, but they don't sell it like in 4X,
right?
So you had to have your friend bootleg it. I'm not an advocate for bootlegging at all, but in this case, where they're not going to sell that shirt in my size, hey man, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, to get it, because I have wanted it. So I rocked that on Friday. Then she also made me something else you had seen, which was a leaf. A cannabis leaf, and said "World's Dopest Dad" on it. Yeah. So that got a lot of compliments on that shirt. People were trying to buy that shirt. Like,
that's really.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, it's not mine. Like, I wouldn't sell the shirt, but I definitely, I bought it. Yeah. Or you bought it for me.
Yeah. You're like, I'd rock it.
Yeah, it's definitely. I don't know where the design came from. I'm sure it's one of those. It's not a terribly intricate design.
Right.
It's more. I consider stuff that's simple like that, that's just phrases or whatever, it's kind of fair use, I feel.
Yeah.
The text heavy,
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Because the cannabis leaf with the Adidas stripes, that's been used a million times. So that's like, I don't even know you couldn't possibly track down who the first person was to do that. Right?
And they're sitting at their home all pissed off, like, that was my idea.
Yeah, maybe, but I feel like also it's because the actual Adidas leaf with the 3 leaves does resemble it.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was one of those, like, a bunch of people probably came up with it at the same time. Like, like a bunch of people were like, hey, it kind of looks like a palm leaf, and then you put the lines, put that on a shirt, and then just the phrase "World's Dopest Dad" is kind of, an easy kind of pun to make.
Yeah.
So.
But anyway, you rocked your new shirt.
Rocked my new shirts. And then on Sunday, I had my herb shirt, my HEB herb shirt.
Yeah.
HERB, but it looked exactly like an HEB shirt. In fact, when I went to the HEB in it on Sunday, my first time in HEB during this whole pandemic, I did that for you. And
thank you, babe.
Your dad, babe.
You're right. You hadn't gone to the store.
He wanted some pico de gallo,
and
I said, I'm going to go get this man some pico de gallo.
Oh, babe. Thank you so much.
And so I went into my first HEB, rocking my herb shirt, got out. I went in chanclas and shorts. Like, what the hell?
Who let you in like that? What manager didn't tell you that's not okay?
And I had a Whataburger hat on. Little Texas vibes.
Oh, that's funny.
But Father's Day was great. Thank you for making. I feel like I got a good day and a half. I got all day Thursday, and then I got a little bit of extension to the point because I was supposed to work Sunday, so I ended up calling in Sunday. Right, played a little bit of hooky.
Yes, you did.
So Thursday you made it my Father's Day. You told the boys, and you got me a dessert,
right?
A balloon, that Lindsay's forgot about for some reason. She wanted it all that day. Then she stopped asking about it. And
because she figures you're not going to give it to her,
right? And so then Sunday I took the day off, and then Louis, I go, Louis, it's Father's Day. I'm going to take the day off. He goes, we're going to do another Father's Day. and so what if we are? I'm worth 2 days.
He for real said that.
He goes, you get another one? It's like, and so what if I do, man? Like, you can't give me 2 days? He goes, but then you're gonna want your birthday too. Like,
that's because he's already counting down for his birthday.
Bro, you can't be asking for 3 days out of the year where it's all about you.
Oh, that's funny. Ah. I made my very first pot roast on Father's Day.
You did. You cooked for Father's Day. You cooked for your daddy and for me.
Yes,
made some pot roast.
Potatoes
good.
And
I've been eating pot roast sandwiches all week.
And you're still gonna be eating some. We still got some.
Do
more.
We still got some more? Hey, well, fuck it, man. I'm gonna make everything pot roast nachos, pot roast tacos.
It's gonna be pot roast for a while.
I'm gonna throw some pot roast on top of my bone thing.
And I really didn't think
it's called pot roast.
I didn't think it was that big of a pot roast. I didn't think we would have that much extra because y'all ate it.
Everyone ate twice off of it.
So that's funny.
So, yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot.
Oh man. What a week it's been. Like I said, getting back on stage was fun. And proud. I've been telling y'all that I was gonna update y'all on keep y'all updated on the album.
Yes.
And I'm proud to say, second week in a row, I actually have an update. The album has been uploaded. It has been submitted through the distribution service that I'm using to iTunes, to Spotify, to Pandora, Google Music, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, TikTok, motherfucking TikTok. Compadre, you can fucking do a little act out to my joke if you want. You know, we're gonna get it out there, man. We're gonna get big. We got the album art done, front album and back album. Actually drove over to my Theo's restaurant, my grandparents' spot, yesterday and got the back album art done. This is a grassroots production, man. We recorded, edited by me, the album art done by me. You know, this is my heart and soul into this, and so the release date is now set for July 3rd. Yes. Hopefully, I know I kind of rushed it because I didn't want to give myself a chance to get cold feet. Right. So hopefully that all gets improved in time on all the platforms. Right. Primarily iTunes, I guess, is the big one. As long as it gets approved for that, we'll stick with that release date of July 3rd. So be on the lookout for that. Pre-orders will start on Monday on the 26th. Nice. I'm gonna order some hard copies just to have for people that do want those. I know CD players aren't really a big thing anymore. But you know, some people like to have that. You know, definitely the compadres, padrinos, the podcast. Don't worry about it. I got you. You got a copy coming. You know thank y'all, our monthly contributors. We appreciate that. Absolutely. You know, and anything that I come out with, y'all are, you know, I'm gonna hook y'all up as much as I can on new stuff because I definitely appreciate y'all making those monthly contributions. Yeah. Of course, speaking of which, the stickers. Been giving out a shitload of those, man. People been hitting me up on the CashApp, $, javilunacomedy, at Venmo at Luniversal Comedy, and gave out a bunch this weekend with people that bought shirts. They got a sticker and a few others. Shout out to Alex and Priscilla at the show. They said they were going to be tuning into the podcast, so hopefully y'all made it. Cheers to y'all. Welcome. Also, we got hooked up. We got a little Father's Day surprise on Thursday. I had been wanting this one bracelet that I had found. Yes. It's a hemp bracelet and has an alligator clip. Very versatile. You can use it to hold all sorts of things, so you don't burn your fingers. Like if you need to hold something hot, but you don't want to burn your fingers, like you could use that little alligator clip to pinch it, right? And so I wanted this, but the wrist size that they had on Amazon, they're on Amazon. Hempnotic jewelry was 8 inches. It was a little too small for me. Yeah. So I contacted the place. Turns out they're Corpus based. I didn't even know that.
They were local.
I didn't know that. I just had them on my Instagram. Turns out they're local. They hooked us up. They did with the custom sized for me, big boy size, and they sent it out, and then they included a little anklet for you.
Yes.
So we were bien hippie,
man,
on Friday night, rocking the hemp jewelry.
I still rock my anklet
with the Erykah Badu head wrap, babe. You know what I'm saying?
I still rock my anklet. It is so pretty.
It is. It is.
So
shout out to Hempnotic Jewelry.
Yes.
HEMPNOTIC at Hempnotic Jewelry on Instagram.
Yes.
And on Facebook as well. So look that up. They have stuff on Amazon. They have a lot of different options there, and I'm
shop
sure,
local.
Yeah, shop local, right? So two birds with one stone. Speaking of shopping local, and speaking of HEB,
yes,
right? I read an article last night that they are permanently increasing all their hourly employees' wages.
I know.
Like you understand how fucking for a company to make more money and then say we're gonna pass it on. Like when you think about companies like that, like Ben and Jerry's and HEB, they're so few and far between. HEB is such a fucking awesome,
oh my god,
grocery store. You have a nephew that works for them,
yeah,
and we were legitimately. I think we've talked about it before. We were when we found out that he was going to work there.
Yeah.
Through college or whatever he's planning on doing.
Yeah.
What a great
great job, place of business to
work for.
Yeah.
Right? That actually takes care of their employees and looks after their employees. And, and it's great. They increased everybody $2 an hour during the pandemic, and that program ended. So now this is going to be permanent pay.
Yeah, they're just
not from here on out. Hey, we realize, or we appreciate the fact that our stores don't operate without our associates,
right?
And
they're on the front lines essentially,
and they are taking a risk being out there. Everyone in customer services, but particularly groceries, man. If you think when you think of anything else that needs, when you talk about stuff that really needs to be open, there was no question about. People need to be able to get food. We are not a hunter-gatherer society anymore.
I would not survive.
Even if you go out, you could go out and hunt. And hey, man, are you gonna eat deer meat every fucking night for a year? Probably not.
I mean, if that was your only option, but
yeah,
but not with HEB right here now.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could. You could probably grow your own chickens. How many chicken? Man, we eat one chicken is one meal for us. A whole chicken. Mm-hmm. For a family of 4, family of 5.
Chicken sounds good. But...
So, and I don't care how much arugula you're growing in that backyard, Karen. I don't care how many rows of cucumbers and beet sprouts you have in your little raised garden boxes. You think you pumping out the volume that motherfucking HEB is? HEB's fucking gangster.
HEB's the best.
Listen, if we just let HEB run the country for 4 years, I think we would, there would be no more racism. The middle class would be refortified. The education system would be fixed. We'd fucking all have concrete roads everywhere. Fucking shit would get done. I don't know who the fuck is running that place. I don't know where they find that many. And everyone I know that works there loves it.
Oh, yeah.
I've never heard anyone bitch about working at HEB.
Never. Although with the whole pay raise, I have seen a couple of manager friends not happy because they won't get the continued pay raise. Oh,
because it's only for hourly employees.
Yeah.
But knowing HEB, there's going to be other incentives for them. I've had family members that have worked retail management like that, and usually their bonuses are based off of the store performance and whatever, which is fair because you are getting a salary to work there. The HEB managers that I know have, they do fairly well. I don't get into their business, but I know the ones I know all got nice houses, nice cars, and seem to be doing all right. So cheers
to HEB, man,
for doing the right thing.
Yes.
My motherfucking HEB, bitch. I claim that shit. HEB is like Chick-fil-A, but without the religion. It's just a great company. Like everyone's nice there. Like all the employees are always helpful.
Yeah.
But they don't. It doesn't have that culty vibe. Like you ever want to ask a Chick-fil-A person, like, "Hey, are you all right?" Like blink. Hey, blink if they're making you tell me to have a blessed day. Like, hey, you don't have to be here, man. Like,
there's a way out.
There's a way out, bro. There's always a way out, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they kind of like break. They're like too nice. Like,
but see,
it's my pleasure to serve you. Okay, calm the fuck down.
But their system is efficient too. Look how
no,
fast
they are. That's what I'm saying.
Chick-fil-A
That's what I'm saying. No. Chick-fil-A, organizational wise, bigotry aside, as a company, as a customer service model, fantastic, top notch.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. HEB is that, but without
that, yeah.
The divisiveness and questionable morals.
Yeah. Man, HEB rocks.
HEB does rock, man. Well, you had something you wanted to bring up. You had
okay.
People seem to enjoy our conversation last week. We got a little nasty. Talking about the masturbation and the porno, but this one's a little less risque for those of y'all that maybe didn't care for that.
Mm-hmm.
That Tommy, what's he talking about? Is he talking about jerking off right now? I don't want to hear that.
I don't tune in
I'm
for
eating
that.
my lunch. So a little risque here. So don't tune out just yet. But
so there's
another
page.
mama group. Another mom group?
No, it's not a mom group.
It's
my husband is my best friend.
That's the name of the group?
Yeah.
Is that sarcastic or
no? Okay. Like for real.
Oh, okay. So all these women on here, in theory, are all there and they consider their husbands
their best friend.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I consider you my best friend.
Absolutely.
But I didn't know because I don't know, some women don't think that way.
Oh, no. I totally think that way. But I have my girlfriends also that I would consider.
They bitch about their husbands all the time?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But.
Not like, you. You don't have nothing to bitch about.
Babe, I would never.
Okay. So you're on this page. That's why you're on this page.
Yes.
My husband's my best friend.
Okay, so they put up a picture and it says, ladies, your husband and your father are arguing. Mm-hmm. Your husband says, go get in the car. Your father says, sit down. What's your next move? And my immediate thought was, oh, hell no. Neither one of them put me in a position like that. Mm-hmm. Because y'all wouldn't do that. Right. But if you did, I would have to follow Angie Taylor's advice.
Angie Taylor?
Angie Taylor
Who's
said,
Angie Taylor?
I don't know.
But you're going to shout her out?
Yeah, I mean, she said it.
Okay. I want it, Angie Taylor.
I mean, she said, first off, ain't neither one of them going to tell me what the hell to do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And second, I would take my husband outside so he can cool off because he's not about to disrespect my daddy. And I wouldn't want my daddy disrespecting my husband. So everybody's going to go to their corners and calm the fuck down.
But at the end of the day, you ain't leaving.
We're going to figure this shit out.
But she said she's not going to leave. But your husband wanted to leave.
But we're going to figure this shit out.
But he wanted to leave. Don't you respect him or not? He wanted to. If you were uncomfortable someplace and you told me you wanted to leave, right? Take the dad out of the equation, right? Is that what changes it?
Yeah, that's what changes it is because it's dad. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Okay, but so that would be my initial response. But then I also think... and I agree with some of the other ladies here. I do respect you. I mean, of course, I respect my dad. So if you're saying, let's go, of course, I'm going to go. And we're going to figure this shit out. But yes, I would follow my husband. I don't know what kind of woman that makes me. But yeah, I would follow my husband. But y'all would never put me in that situation. Right. Because I would kick all y'all ass.
Well, you see, okay, so here's my perspective on it. To give my take on my original Gordito spin on it, if I may. one thing, if there's one common theme here that I'd like to preach to everybody is nothing's fucking black and white. The truth is always in the middle, right? So one, you gotta ask yourself, well, what's the argument about? Mm-hmm. And is someone clearly right?
Okay.
And so if the husband, if I'm like, I'll even say personalize it, put myself. If I am completely on the wrong here, if I'm just being overly sensitive, one, I don't have that type of relationship where I feel like your father and I would ever get in a disagreement. We don't talk about politics or religion or anything like that. It's just not it's not in us. It's not what we do. So there's not a whole lot of us, whole lot of things for us to disagree on or to get so defensive on, right? So it's one of those things. Like if you just, respect that not everyone thinks like you, then you avoid a lot of that. So, but like I said, so if one of them's just being stubborn or childish or just don't like the other guy, which isn't that played out in 2020? No, like that whole, I feel like that whole, like, that's a 90s thing of like, oh, my mother-in-law fucking sucks. Like,
well, no, I see that shit a lot.
Do you really? Like, I don't get it. Like, I mean, even my ex-in-laws, I still like them as people, respect them as people. I communicate with them on the regular basis. Like, this, I don't get where, like, that instant conflict.
Why there has to be the tension.
Why there has to be that.
Just because they're in-laws.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I think sometimes people just, like, project that relationship onto things. Like, Unless, I guess, well, maybe I've just been lucky and I've never had an overbearing, I've never had, like, an overbearing mother-in-law or a, stubborn or hard-headed father-in-law. That's just not in their nature. So I guess I don't come from a point where I really understand. I don't understand. I don't even understand why you would be getting into an argument with your father-in-law. Like, what is it that y'all are disagreeing on? Something about the grandkids, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
And to me, that stuff's open as shut. Because I even told my parents, is like, I get it. I respect your opinion. I'm going to listen to it. But at the end of the day, they're my kids, and I'm the one that has to live with the results of what I do. So even that stuff, up to a certain extent, is not really something to argue about. It's like, because I feel like, I think the more important question, I get that they were just asking a hypothetical question. The more important question is what do your father and husband have to fucking fight about? Period.
Like, it shouldn't be that kind of relationship.
In public, like, why are they shouldn't they just have boundaries? Like, just because you are the father of my wife doesn't mean you get to tell me anything about my life. As long as I'm not mistreating her or anything like that, there's nothing that you get to tell me, and vice versa. Just because I'm married to your daughter, it doesn't give me a place to speak on anything, about you. Yeah. But I guess that's my different take on familial relationships. Some people think just because you're related to somebody that you get to say whatever you want about how they're living their life or what they're doing or not doing. So I think you take that into consideration. It's like, what would you do? Well, is one of them being a dumbass, and did one of them blow this way out of proportion? Because then I'm gonna side with that person.
Which one, the dumbass or the one who?
No, the one that's not. Like, no, you're being ridiculous. Why don't you leave and go cool off and come back when you're done? Or hey, Dad, you stepped over the line, and or you're being stubborn, and we're gonna go and love you, and we'll see you next time. But that's cool. So you like Angie's response though of trying to de-escalate?
Yeah, because that would have been my initial response. I would have been like,
because you're a peacekeeper.
I am. I try to be. I don't need stress. I don't need all that shit.
You see, and I guess the difference with me is I don't like arguing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like
who likes arguing?
If I ever did, well, I think some people do. Like I think some people like I look on Facebook and stuff like that. Like this is their. I feel like sometimes like this isn't doing anything, right? Like people that go back and forth or just are always getting into arguments with people. It's like you don't have to be friends with that person.
Yeah,
you don't have to talk to them. You don't have to deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
When you realize that is a choice, like you are staying here. You were repeatedly reading this person's stuff that upsets you.
Right.
You are commenting on it. You're engaging with them. Do you think that anything you're gonna say today? Do you think any article you're gonna post? Do you think any video you're gonna share? Do you think do you really think anything's gonna change anybody's mind? Everyone kind of just
it might though.
I think your chances
are slim.
Might. Right, you stand such a small margin of success on that versus, it's basically like you got a 3% chance of changing that person's mind, and you got an 80% chance of driving your blood pressure up and ruining your fucking day.
True.
So make the fucking smart bet. And just don't fucking do it. Because chances are, the only one that's going to lose in this situation, you lost an hour out of your day, and now you're in a fucking bad mood.
Everyone
and
else.
You got a fucking headache, and everybody else that you actually do love and care about has to fucking deal with that shit.
Yeah.
So fucking, like Chingo says, inhale the good shit, exhale the bullshit.
Yes.
And
yes.
That's all I got to say about that. Angie, I feel you wanting, you don't want daddy and hubby to be at it, but at the end of the day, we're treating you right, girl. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Wait, so if that was the reverse and I was in a fight with your mom, God rest her soul.
Well, yeah, we don't. So,
yeah. Like, you would still have that same clear-headed, like.
I can speak from personal experience. I felt that there was my ex-wife and my mother had a fairly good relationship. Did my mom like everything about her? No. Did she like everything about my mom? No. I was a mama's boy. That's a very tough situation to be in. But I feel like there was an even number of times that I sided with my wife as I did with my mom. There were certain things that were immature about my ex, we were young when we got married. So, okay, yes, I see what you're saying, Mom. Like, I see, yes, I need to tell her something. I need to do something about that or whatever. And vice versa. Hey, Mom, it's not your place. I feel like I've always tried to be unbiased and fair and level-headed and like that. Yeah. I feel like that too. People that put their parents or their spouse, like, I'm cautious of putting anybody on a pedestal. No one's right. That's why we have this fucking cancel culture all the time. People fucking freak out because they put a celebrity fucking up here and then they find out that they're maybe not the fucking greatest person. Well, who told you they were a fucking great person? Just because you like their fucking movie, they have to be a fucking great person? They're going to be, you think they have their opinions going to be satisfactory to you on every single topic just because you like their fucking music? Like what kind of crazy person goes around fucking thinking like this? You think just because you think my jokes are funny, you think you're going to like everything that I have to say about raising kids and who should fucking be president? No, you're fucking insane to expect that from anybody else. And just because they're your mom or just because they're your husband does not mean that you have to think everything they do is right. Mm-hmm. For sure. And you can correct them on that. So you don't have to side just with your husband because he's your husband, and you don't have to side just with your dad because he's your dad. Side with fucking truth, and you'll always be able to sleep at night. So, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Let's do some fucking Netflix review, goddamn. What did we watch this week?
We watched Space Force. which sounds absolutely ridiculous.
Doesn't it? We kind of skipped it for a reason.
Yes.
It's the Steve Carell show about the brand new branch of the military launched by our current commander-in-chief, Donald J. Trump. I'm gonna say we stayed away from it because I thought it was going to be one long punctuated Trump joke.
Right.
And I am happy to report that it's at least better than that.
Yes, it's
it's not 100% Trump jokes. My next concern with it is this just going to be a continuation of The Office, but in the military? Right. Is he just going to be the bumbling idiot that says a bunch of inappropriate stuff? And then there's been talks, a lot of people have talked about if that character would even survive in today's PC culture.
Oh.
Right, because if you look at the beginning seasons of like The Office, like some of the stuff Michael did, like doing the Chris Rock joke and the wearing the bandana, like that stuff wouldn't fly today. Like it's really kind of.
That's true. It was hard for me to.
Kind of weird. American Pie was a movie about a group of kids just trying to get laid.
Mm-hmm.
Like would that fly today? Like by any means necessary? Like just find a chick to fuck no matter who. Like that's the plot of your fucking movie? Like
yeah, no, it wouldn't fly today.
Wouldn't fly today, right? So I was thinking about Space Force, right? So that's why I never brought it up. We didn't put it in our queue. You were, I guess, watching the trailer one day, and I guess maybe the trailer showed a little. What did you see in the trailer that made you want to watch it? That changed?
I was just curious.
You were just curious. You watched it, and from the trailer, you got a
like, let me give it a shot.
Let me give it a shot. Like I don't hate it.
Yeah.
Based off the trailer.
Yeah.
And I was in a giving mood that day, so I was like, okay, fuck it, let's watch it.
Because you had been hogging the TV.
I had.
We had been watching a whole bunch of Community.
Well, you loved it.
No,
Community.
I did.
Not hogging TV. It's not my fault that I pick fire ass fucking shows. We spent like 3 weeks watching Community. We never talked about it on here because I feel like everyone already seen it.
We relate to the
because I knew it was a big hit when it was first on. That's why it went 6 seasons. And so I want to be like, hey guys, did you guys hear about Community? It's like, yeah, the show that came out fucking 10 years ago. Yeah, we heard about it. Why?
We watched it then.
We watched it. We tapped out at season 5.
Yes.
Because while you are a finish it girl,
I am.
I'm like, hey man, if it's not entertaining you anymore, it's okay. Like just
And so we gave it one more episode.
Just a TV show.
Yeah.
Right? It's still good. And I'm not crapping on season 5. It wasn't not good, but it just didn't live up to what the other seasons were. If you put it next to like other TV shows, season 5 was funnier than any season of Friends that I ever saw.
Aww.
No, okay. We're not going to go down that route. Because
Friends was great.
Go back and watch an episode of Friends and tell me that it's great. It was white milk, mayonnaise, like it was bland. Just
I loved Friends.
Silly, sexual tension based humor. The pure survival of Friends was based on, here's a bunch of like 6 attractive people that just all happen to hang out with each other and have like quirky personalities. Like he has a quirk and she has a quirk and she has a quirk and she has a quirk.
Babe, it has such a cult following, babe. Like people still want a movie
because people
because
people like shit pitched down the middle. It's easy to hit. Everyone can hit a fastball if you just get their timing down right.
Babe, it's great.
So Space Force though.
Yes.
Well, what did you think? What was so we decided to watch it. What was your
conclusion? It was hard for me to take him so serious that he was this strict, straight-laced guy because I'm used to him being just goofy and silly. So that was a little hard to get around. some parts or some episodes was like super, super funny. And then a lot of the time I was on my phone. So I was very like hit or miss throughout the entire season.
So it never really got you all the way, but it also never kind of scared you away all the time. I feel like that's consistent with what I felt on it. I laughed, but I couldn't tell you any joke that I laughed at, joke that I laughed at. Like I said, I appreciated the fact that it wasn't too overdone on the Trump jokes. The John Malkovich character definitely stole the show.
That was
his just excellent acting and his dry wit just really complimented Steve Carell's military, straight-laced type of humor.
Yeah, it was the saving grace.
I wish they would have used Lisa Kudrow. Speaking of Friends, Lisa Kudrow was in it. I do think she's a great actress. I wish they would have used her a little bit more in it. Now with everything up in the air, and are they going to do a second season? Who knows?
Yeah.
I felt like maybe they had plans for her to be a bigger part in season 2.
Yeah.
Maybe she would add like a different depth to it. There wasn't a strong female they didn't write very good female parts for them, and that's a shame because they had great comedic female actresses. They had, like I said, they had Lisa Kudrow, Jane Lynch was in there. She made a few cameos.
Yes,
and they didn't write the daughter character very. I don't know if it was the actress or just the way they wrote the character. There was not a whole lot of redeeming qualities over at the beginning. So then when you were supposed to cheer for her, there was no, you weren't invested in her, and kind of similarly with the Air Force captain, the female Air Force captain, the whole thing is that by 2024 they're supposed to have boots on the moon, right? That's the thing, and they kind of abandoned that. I thought that was gonna be the running joke. The running joke, boots on the moon. So they're trying to beat China to have a colonize the moon and then be able to get to Mars from there. Right is the whole concept of the show, and so they just kind of gloss over how it's like every episode, y'all gonna launch a rocket every episode. That's still a moment. We don't just send up rockets on a Tuesday, just fucking because. Even still, even in modern time, it's still a fucking big deal. And they're just oh yeah, fucking send up another rocket. We're gonna send up another rocket. Oh no, we're launching today. We're gonna send up but I guess that was kind of the joke about it. They're so cavalier about it. Oh, let's just fucking do a rocket. You want to do a rocket launch today?
Yeah. So what would you give it?
I'm giving it a 3.5. It's watchable, but not necessary. You're not gonna miss out. No one's ever gonna say, "Hey man, did you see Space Force?" No, nah. It's just listen. We might be going through a second wave. If you're gonna be home and you got the fucking time, watch it. Yeah. If you have limited TV watching time, don't worry about it. Skip it. What do you give it?
3. I'm gonna go 3.
3. So 3.25. That's like I said, barely watchable. Anything below a 3, don't watch.
Yeah.
Anything above a 3 to 3.5. Watch it if you're bored and
if you like John Malkovich.
And if you like John Malkovich,
yes,
it is. And if you're staying away from it because you don't just want to hear 30 minutes of Trump jokes, you can watch it safely knowing that's not what it is. Case. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Guys, we're going to get on out of here. Episode 73 in the can. Now the longest running podcast in the Universal Comedy Podcast Network. Whatever you want to call it. In the Luniverse. Longest podcast in the Luniverse.
Nice.
It was weird. I didn't realize that. It popped up on memories. Vlog podcast only made it 71 episodes. So episode 72, the one with Jacob on it, was actually made this officially my longest running podcast. Thank y'all so much to our padrinos, Hector and Trey on the podcast, and to everybody else that just listens, anybody that's ever giving us a review, 5 stars on iTunes. Drop us a review on there, man. Send us a message. Let us know you're listening. Let us know what you're liking. And so yeah, we're only going up from here. We're gonna get some more sitting and bullshitting sessions in here for you. There'll be little surprises, little treats. I'm not gonna tie myself down to do weekly interviews or whatever. But as I have something to talk about with somebody, you know, that we'll get them.
As it happens, it happens.
It'd be fun. Now, if you have somebody that you'd like to hear me talk to or talk with about something, you know, message me. Shoot me a message on social media at javilunacomedy. You can email the show originalgordito@gmail.com. The baby's waking up, so that means the show's over, guys. We'll see y'all next week. One love.